YouTube, man, some brand new news about Mikey Williams and where he may be going in the future has just been released about a couple weeks ago, but no one is talking about this. And honestly, this is shocking. Now, before I get in the video, man, like the video, show some love, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to get a new notification every time I upload a new video. I appreciate each and every one of you for subbing to the channel and showing support. Now, Mikey Williams, of course, man, he is one of the best players in the country, even in high school basketball, regardless of class. And man, whenever we talk about these highly recruited players, we have to wonder, man, where are these guys about to go next? So many options, especially for these young guys, and so many different places to go. It's really tough for them to make decisions, and we always want to speculate and try to find out, man, where are these guys going? Now, on Instagram, very recently, a post was created really putting a what if scenario if Mikey Williams would go to San Diego State. Now, of course, you guys know Mikey Williams. I believe he is from San Diego, or at least was playing in San Diego previously at his old school. And of course, when he was at the old school, this guy was getting buckets. Man, he was killing on the court, but a lot of criticism for the competition there. Now, a lot of people have seen him back in California, and man, they're wondering, is he actually going to go back for good and maybe try to go to college back home? And this is a really good opportunity, and it's a really good question to ask, because whenever we want to look at where these players are going to go to the future, man, a lot of times they want to go to their hometown or where they're from. And technically, Mikey Williams has been in San Diego in California for a minute. And if he would go to that school, that was really interesting. Now, usually what if scenarios, I wouldn't even really address them like this, because of course it's just 1 in a million shot. But the reason why I'm putting this up there is because Mikey Williams actually reposted this on his Instagram. Now, when a player reposts things on his Instagram, hey, maybe he's just pushing a false narrative here and putting that forward, but who knows? Mikey may actually be interested in going to this school. And I think it's really interesting that Mikey Williams seems like he's not so big about these really top schools like Kentucky or Duke, even though, of course, they haven't had their best season this year. But still, these are really good schools and have such a long track record of being places where they could get guys to the league. You guys know that by now. A lot of players have gone through these type of schools, and it seems like one or two opinions that really go throughout this situation. Now, one, people say Mikey Williams needs to go to a school that can develop him and then leave, or two, go to a place that he could shine and just be the man on the team. And these are really interesting approaches, and we got to take a look at both these. Now, of course, if you go to a program that can develop you, man, the first question you got to ask is, how many years are you going to stay? If you go to a Duke or Kentucky, you guys know people are usually out the door within a year, want to be one and dones and go straight to league, get their bag, and be chilling in the NBA. Or the G League, of course. Nowadays, a lot of guys are there. Now, the other option, of course, depending on how many years you stay, I think Mikey Williams, as of right now, honestly, he's not the tallest player, but bro, dude is ranked one of the best in the country. Obviously, he has talent, and scouts know what to look for, and this dude can play. Now, with that being said, I don't think Mikey Williams is going to be, if he decides to go to college, be in college really too long. He looks like he's doing very well at the high school level, and the more that he's getting older, I think this dude is just developing into a stronger player, and really his work ethic, very good work ethic as well. Dude's always in the gym. You guys always see him on that dude Ryan's channel. Shout out to Ryan. Man, he's always in there putting in work in that little gym, and you've seen his dunks. We know what he's capable of. Now, on the other hand, you have, of course, going to a really good team that you could be the man and then just leave. Now, I think this is a harder route just because you really have to stand out. If you want to be the man on a team, man, you have to win games. That's the tough part. If Mikey Williams goes to, a school that maybe is not as good, the one problem here is you have to win games. If you're not winning games, then the spotlight is really not going to be on you as much as it would be if you were winning. If you're losing games, man, you could still get a lot of spotlight if you're scoring points and doing your thing on the court. But man, having a winning team and really getting your teammates involved, showing that you can win games, is a really strong thing, and it's a really attractive thing that coaches at the next level are going to be looking at Mikey and saying, man, can he win games? Can he get his teammates involved? Can he facilitate the ball? Can he do all that stuff at that guard position? And man, I think it's a really tough decision for him. And of course, man, if you don't even want to go to college, we have that alternative route, G League and overseas. But man, it's tough to say with these guys. These guys are always seem like they're flip-flopping cards, and we never really know. And who knows? Mikey probably hasn't even made a decision yet, him being so young, and he has a ton of time to really decide. Of course, he did put a list out of top schools that he was interested in going to, but you guys know by now, these things change so quickly. It's really tough to pinpoint where he would go. Now, one place I really want to see Mikey Williams go right now, we got to talk about this. Man, I want to see Mikey Williams leave the Adidas circuit and go to the EYBL circuit. Now, honestly, the reason why I'm saying this is because, man, the competition right now is hot in EYBL. It's good competition. Man, I want to see Mikey Williams go up against people like Dior and really all these guys in the EYBL circuit. Reason I say this is because, man, low key, man, Adidas has had a really good players, and they do have a lot of really great players in that circuit. But I honestly just think EYBL is a tad bit stronger. And sometimes it can vary depending on where players go. Of course, you guys know top ranked players play all over. Sometimes they even play in both circuits. They switch. But man, I think EYBL is stronger at this point. I don't want to see him go there, play against really good people. Now, of course, Mikey have obviously played against really good guys, already improved himself. I've said this, but man, the better players you play against, it's just going to make you really good in the long term. When we always talk about these guys, you got to think long term and really like stocks. At the end of the day, you can't look at the short term and just see, okay, you're going to a decent school, you're averaging 50, 60 points a game, but who are you really playing against? If you want to sharpen yourself and make sure that you're solid and ready for that next level, man, playing against the best competition, the best possible place you could go is the number one thing you could do. Because of course, man, you know, people complain about age and AAU nowadays, but man, when you get to the NBA, once you get to college, once you get to that next level, man, age isn't going to save you. Rankings aren't going to save you. You're playing against whoever you're playing against, and you got to be solid on the court. Now, Mikey Williams, man, dude seems like he's a solid player, really good, but I wonder where he is going to really pick in the future. He has so many different options now, of course, and we always talk about overtime as well. I'm still waiting to hear about that league, to be honest. It seems really interesting because no one is doing that as well. Overtime is really making a solution that I think it's very different compared to other people. Of course, man, you have LeVar Ball's league, but you guys know that was primarily made for his sons, where overtime really, I don't think they have that type of connection to any of the players. Of course, maybe Mikey Williams because he's on their channel so much, but besides that, they just cover the top recruits and have really good relationships with them. And I think it could be a valuable option if players can still keep their eligibility and maybe go and play in that overtime league. It could change the way basketball is really facilitated forever. Now, in addition to this, you know, college is getting a ton of pressure to pay athletes, and by the time these guys graduate, they may be getting paid, and that could be a huge factor as well as to go into college. Of course, it's not going to be anything crazy, but at least getting something in these guys' pockets would be nice to see. But hey, Mikey Williams and a lot of these top recruits have enough clout and fame on social media that they're getting paid from ads and sponsorships anyway. But at the end of the day, these guys have so many different options, and even as well, HBCU is another huge thing here that we always talk about with these top recruits, especially Mikey Williams, saying that he's put out tweets that he's kind of leaning toward the HBCU route. So we're really gonna have to see where this dude is gonna go. Of course, Bronny James as well. We've seen a little, content really push that Bronny James may end up trying to go to HBCU or something like that. It's all speculation at the end of the day. But man, what do you guys think about San Diego State? Do you know anything about this school? And do you think Mikey Williams would have any possibility of going to this school? I really want you to let me know in the comments down below. Man, make sure you like this video, show some love on the channel, subscribe to the channel, man. It is free. Turn on post notifications, get a notification every time your boy uploads a new video. We keep dropping consistent videos throughout the week. Man, I appreciate each and every one of you. It's LNH and I'm out.